What's going on, guys? My name is Danny.
I'm Simon.
And we're the owners of District 1.
This is your boy 12. NYNU, New York next up. 12 vision. Y'all know the vibe. It's not a vibe, it's a vision. Up in the building, District 1, NYNU, New York next up. Right here, District 1. Come shop with them. Hot spot, NYNU, New York next up, District 1. I got my boy Danny right here and my boy Dima right here. Y'all familiar faces with that boy right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in, y'all can see District 1, one of the newest sneaker stores in New York City. Not even new, one of the hottest sneaker stores in New York City right now. One of the owners, which is Simon, y'all gonna see the introduction, just behind the scenes, but he got a good story right here too. So I'm gonna let Danny tell you guys a little bit about Simon and himself. And my boy Dima, y'all already know how Dima give it up. Get every shoe, get everything extremely fly, like we know that's the boy Dima. And my man, my favorite man right here is Danny right here. He's a humble, extremely good-hearted person, straight out of New York City. Danny, what's going on? Like, the sneaker game been like treating you very well, right?
Yeah, so I've been reselling since 2013, straight out of Baruch College. I used to resell, be heavy on eBay when I started. Yeah, to this day, I'm still 3 credits shy from graduating because I started reselling. Hopefully I'll go back one day, we'll see. But for now, you know, we're just focused on building this brand. And yeah.
And what's your brand? District 1, right?
The brand is District 1.
Quick question now. See, I know you before District 1 even came about. Like you said, you've been reselling since 2013. Reselling really went hype in 15, maybe 16.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Went like beyond crazy. That's when all the kids, the teenagers, but he said 2013. 2013, y'all wasn't worried about no sneakers. Like I could say, I remember I'm into fashion. Y'all know I love fashion. Y'all was worried about high-end fashion. Like the kid said he been doing this shit for a real long time. But what I wanted to basically ask him, you just said 2013 you've been reselling. Like, was it camp outs back then, Danny? Like,
yeah, all we used to do was camp outs. We used to do lists. Every release, we used to have to pull up the night before, get your names on the list,
Serious?
Come back the next morning, yes. A lot of the stores would do their own list. And, yeah, and then we had somebody like Mikey down the camp out. He used to do a bunch of the lists for us. And yeah, I mean, it was actually a little bit more orderly than it is now.
Right now, it wasn't known for stores to get shut down and stuff like that?
Nah, we used to have most releases. They used to happen. I mean, they used to get crazy, but it's still, everything still used to release. It wasn't
everything,
yeah.
So that's when the hype really went crazy, when people really haven't, like, releases couldn't come out, and that's where they had to come out online and shit like that because of the new age of resellers.
Yeah, so back then it used to just be like a select few resellers that used to come out for everything. Mm-hmm. So I was one of the guys that used to buy people's shoes.
He was out here from the very beginning. Basically, he's saying like he done did this.
Anyway, to put it humbly, I just used to buy the shoes from people outside the lines who were camping, and that's the way it used to work. It was just a select few people who knew what was going on, who knew what was dropping, who knew where it was gonna drop, what time it was gonna drop. There wasn't as many people in the game as there was now, but yeah, that's pretty much how I originated. There was a small crew of us, and you know, me and Simon in particular used to buy most of everybody's shoes, and we were our biggest competitors at one point.
Y'all two, all right, so before, I'm glad you mentioned Simon. Y'all were partners in 2013?
No, so
y'all had to been competition.
We were, yeah.
What made y'all come together? Like,
so we were our main competition from like 2016 to like 2019, which is when I really started getting a little more success, I would say. We used to compete, you know, for every sneaker release. We used to outbid each other. Well, mainly me, I would outbid him to get product right on the same block. And then in 2019, we just thought that it made sense. It was a natural, you know, we trusted we were friends as much competition as we had. And it just made natural sense for us to join. And yeah, we just thought it would be, you know, we thought we could get more market share if we just joined together instead of competing against each other.
In a friendly competition, because these two guys was like the guys to go to. But how I met Danny and Simon, I'm coming in stadium goods. I'm so hyped. I'm telling you, I'm a new reseller. I was hyped to have a off-white shoe or whatever, and I'm throwing it in there to resell to make a little quick flip or whatever. And my boy that's doing my transaction for me, like, yo, bro, this is how you resell. Talking about Danny and Simon, they had a wall full of shoes. Like, y'all gonna see literally to the ceiling full of all type of shoes. And my man was telling me, like, this is how you supply a store. And I'm like, these two guys is not supplying a store like this. He's like, yo, bro, this is how you resell. So you gotta wait. That one shoe that you bringing in here, you gotta wait 15, 20 minutes. I gotta log these shoes in. And I'm like, what? So I had to learn that I'm not even in this the right way, and these are the guys that I'm around. So humble, ain't no jury, no flashy, nothing. Just real nice to the people, getting the job done, and boom, look where we at now, District 1. Before District 1, y'all, I'm so much of a fan of Danny and Simon. Well, Danny, you had...
Kicking It in NYC.
Yo, that was the website you to buy all the shoes off of, and it came from this guy right here. I'm talking about any shoe. It ain't have to be a hype shoe. I was getting shoes for my little brother, my friends' boys. They was like, yo, how you getting these shoes? I'm like, I'm getting it off this boy website, and I know him. So it was the support, and at the same time, like, he had the shoe, even if it was sold out everywhere else. I'm like, how? Because he's the man. I'm here to congratulate you because of this business right here. Like, from Kicking It, NYC, to District 1 in the middle of LES, in one of the hottest spots in LES. Your crib right now, how all these shoes is laid out, you had inventory with, like, you had a shoe store in your house literally before this came about. Like, that's how important, or that's how crazy you was getting with reselling and collect. Were you a collector, or you was just about to resell?
No, I collected a little bit for sure. I used to be into, I still am into Asics and New Balances, because that's originally how I got into the game. Yeah.
Asics and New Balance?
Yeah, that's
you
how.
Collect those?
Yeah, I do. I got a lot of them. So that's how I started.
Is that a shoe to collect, or that's just like a personal?
No, it's just personal choice. I actually used to make most of my money on New Balances.
No way.
Yeah, when I started.
Is that an everyday shoe? Like,
well, that's just what was in 2013 to 2014. It was just Ronnie Fieg's Asics and all the European releases and New Balances.
Exclusive.
So that's how I got into the game originally. That's why my passion still lies there. But obviously that doesn't make any more money. So we have all the heat now.
All the heat, literally all of the heat. Danny, another thing I wanted to ask you about reselling was, were you the type that had to get a shoe, or you'll let a shoe pass sometime if it wasn't profitable, if you couldn't make like money off it, or it was just like, I need every shoe just because I can get every shoe? Like,
well, I couldn't get every shoe originally. I mean, I used to do raffles and things like everybody else.
Yeah.
And then, but back then there wasn't like StockX and all these markets that there are now. So I, as I got a little bit more successful, I had a little bit more money to buy people's shoes. And back then we would kind of determine what the market was on eBay. There was no actual market. It would be whatever price we set it at. If it sold, it was because that's what people wanted to pay. If it didn't, which happened plenty of times, we would sometimes take L's. So it was just, that's how the game was. It wasn't, there wasn't, I never was fiending to get every shoe, but I was out here every day trying to get every shoe I thought would make us money. And I came from nothing, so I needed the money. So I was out here,
we all are,
every single day, for sure.
That's what I like about you. The drive. When I say the drive was, I only seen you. You never was politicking. You was always point A to point B, taking care of business, and hey, 12, how you doing? That's it. Like, it literally wasn't, yo, let's go chill, hang out. Like, I'm hanging with my buddy Dima. After hours, we chilling, we eating, we vibing. Because Dima get all the shoes, that's why. But Danny had to take care of business, and you took care of it so well that District 1 came about beautifully. And another thing, the internet. What's your intake on internet? That had to change the game.
Yeah, so I think the game has blown up. To be honest, it wasn't as big as it is now, but shout out the internet and shout out StockX for creating a market that basically, created a bigger market than when I started. That's one of the reasons I was been able to be more successful, because more people are into shoes than they used to be. There's more, the general consumer is a much larger demographic now because of the internet, because of these apps. So because of these apps, we've been able to sell more shoes than we used to. Back then, a good year was selling a few thousand units, or maybe 1,000 units was an amazing year. Where now we're trying to sell, hopefully 1,000 units a month, which is the goal. So that's in the store at least, because we still, sell outside a little bit, but we're working on trying to build our platform to start giving the consumer a direct access to what we bought, instead of, for the most part, consigning with all the stores that we've done in the past.
Yes, that he's trying to say humbly that he's been supplying half of these stores in NYC, literally. Him and Danny, him and Simon, yes, supplying. With that being said, you're super dope. I appreciate your time, and I love your store right here. Dima, you're super dope, like, for everything that you do, everything that you do. What's your favorite shoe? All time. It don't have to be.
It's a Royal one.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah, that's my first Jordan in 2001.
For real?
Yeah. My mom scraped up every dollar we had to buy.
I respect that. So it's a story behind it.
I own 5 pairs, I think.
Damn, 5.
And every blue and Jordan one that comes out, I usually buy, just because.
That's your favorite color, the blue?
It is.
Dope, super dope, super. Dima, what's your favorite shoe, bro? Cause you got like variety, you got like all sorts of shoes. Like he just named A6 Jordans. You have literally exclusive Vans, bro. Like literally though, bro. Exclusive Air Forces. Like, what's your favorite shoe, Dima, if you don't mind if I ask?
I mean, it has to be from when I was younger. I couldn't get a lot of shoes, so my favorite shoe would usually be just a white Air Force One.
For real?
Yeah.
I love you, Dima.
And then it went from collecting other colorways to the more exclusive ones. Another one would probably be just like a regular Black Cement 3, just because of how classic it would be and how easy it is to wear.
Super dope, super dope. Heavy on Supreme, he gets all that stuff too. That's how I really met Dima, like exclusive. If you want something exclusive, you gotta go to boy Dima. Who Dima? That's Dima. You know what I'm saying? But
let me just say something.
Of course, you the man.
I just want to be clear with District 1. This is our guy. He's the one that runs the show. You have any questions, hit him up. We literally gave him. He's the guy. He's the guy. He's gonna run the ship, and he's in charge. So.
And you see, like I was saying, that's why he's the man, because he understands this whole industry, this whole sneaker game, fashion, everything about all this. That's Dima. He really know it. So y'all in good hands with Dima, District 1. New York next up. We here, and this is one of the next up. So come and check them out. Danny, Simon, Dima, District 1. Big hug, ear hug. Y'all know, much love. Salute, NYNU. It's your boy 12 Vision. It's not a vibe, it's a vision.